Last month, Daily Mail journalist Tom Rawstorn upset a nation of emo kids with the following story printed in the Daily Mail. Hannah was a happy 13-year-old until she became an emo, part of a sinister teenage craze that romanticises death. 3 months later, she hanged herself. Here, her devastated mother tells other parents, no child is safe. On the night before she died, she came into their room, kissed her father Raymond on the cheek, and cheerfully told him, "I love you, Dad." The following day, Hannah's mother, Heather, went to check on her daughter and found her hanging by a tie from the top rail of her bunk bed. She screamed for her husband to come, but try as he might, it was too late. There was simply nothing that he could do to save Hannah's life. In the unending bleakness of the weeks that have followed, the couple have fought to make sense of what happened. Why on earth did their daughter, a popular, intelligent and attractive girl, do such a thing? They could find only one clue. Hannah was what is known as an emo. Some describe it as a cult or a sect, but in reality the term derived from the word emotional encapsulates a trend that is becoming hugely popular among Britain's schoolchildren. A transatlantic import, its followers dress in black, favouring tight jeans, t-shirts, studded belts and sneakers or skater shoes. Hair is all important, often dyed black and straightened. It is worn in a long fringe brushed to one side of the face. Music also plays a critical role. Emos like guitar-based rock with emotional lyrics. American bands such as My Chemical Romance, Good Charlotte and Blink-182 are particular favourites. No doubt many adults would ask, so what? On the surface it all sounds typically teenage, angst-ridden, over-dramatic and tribal. Heartbroken, Rain Heather Bonds said Hannah told them emo was just a fashion. No different in fact to the goth subculture that first emerged in Britain during the early 1980s. There is though growing concern that there is a deeply unhealthy undertone for the emo movement. Sometime before her death, Hannah's parents, who live in Kent, noticed scarring on the inside of her wrists. When they questioned her about it, honest and open as ever, she told them she'd inflicted the wounds herself, and that was part of an emo initiation ceremony. Only after her death would they discover how she secretly chatted online to emo followers all over the world, talking about death and of the Black Parade, a place where emos believe they go after they die. A check of Hannah's homepage on social networking site Bebo revealed her pseudonym Living Disaster, and that she decorated it with a picture of an emo girl with bloody wrists. Another picture showed a child's exercise book scrawled with the words, "Dear Diary, today I give up." While Hannah's wrist injuries may have been slight, the issue of self-harm among adolescents is causing growing concern in British schools. My Chemical Romance made it to #1 in the UK chart with Welcome to the Black Parade in October '06. The Black Parade is a place where all emos believe they will go when they die. New figures show that the number of children admitted to hospital due to injuries inflicted on themselves has risen by a third in 5 years. In 2002 to 2003, there are 11,891 such admissions. In 06-07, this had risen to 15,955. In both periods, there were more than 3 times as many admissions of girls as of boys. Crucially, those who self-harm are more likely to go on to attempt suicide. While there is a multitude of reasons for this epidemic, exam-related stress and bullying to name but 2, it's hardly surprising that the emergence of subculture that appears to glamorise self-harm and even suicide has been regarded with alarm. Inevitably, criticisms of emo culture are laughed off by those who consider themselves to be part of it. It's just a music thing, they say, and anyone who takes it further has something inherently wrong with them. If you listen to the lyrics, you'll see there's nothing that promotes suicide, and even if there was, no right-minded person would listen to it and think, now I'm going to kill myself. A self-confessed emo wrote last week on a music website following the inquest into Hannah's death. I don't think anyone can say that there is a link between emo and suicide. It's just a myth. Emo has become an easy target for ridicule like this, but the bottom line is emotional does not mean suicide. That is true, of course, but as any parent will tell you, adolescent children can be highly irrational. They are also influenced and may be ill-equipped to deal with powerful emotions that can be magnified by a sense of membership to a subgroup that revels in self-pity. I spoke to 16-year-old Annie Smith, today's event organiser, on why she did this and what exactly is emo.
Hi Annie, I'm Jed. Nice to meet you. Hi. Just going to ask you a few questions about what's here today. First of all, I'd like to ask you about emo. What's your definition of emo for people who don't know?
Well, I think that the meaning's been really lost. Obviously, it started off as a music genre like decades ago, and now like everyone has a different opinion of what it is. And I think it's kind of a useless word in a way because it doesn't do anyone any favours. I see a lot of kids who get bullied for being like emo, or also because there's a lot of stigma attached to it as far as like depression and self-harm go. A lot of kids I see get bullied for being depressed because of the emo label, and I think like it's a really bad thing because obviously depression meaning bullying and bullying meaning depression is like a vicious circle.
And do you think what you've done today will help people understand how emo kids actually are rather than what the media says they are?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we just try to get our word out there, and also like My Chemical Romance's message, which is just like, if you're depressed, go out and get yourself help, like wherever you can, go to like a family member, a teacher, or a friend, or like even straight to a doctor yourself or anything. Just go out and get the help and live your life to the full. We're just trying to spread that message.
Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. The was the devil put aside for me, for me, for me.
Wait, well.
More of these guys later.
And what made you do this today? I mean, everyone made it the same person. So what took you to do it?
Well, someone suggested the idea of a protest after the Daily Mail's articles earlier this month, and we just took the idea and ran with it because we thought it was a great idea. And I mean, MCR fans have taken a lot of crap for a long time because we often get kind of associated with suicide and self-harm, that kind of thing. And MCR gets kind of blamed for it.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think My Chemical Romance fans out of all the other emo bands out there, why do you think it's My Chemical Romance?
I think it's easy to blame My Chemical Romance because if you look on the surface, you see like blood and like a morbid theme and that kind of thing, and you think, oh well. But really, My Chemical Romance, where on the surface it might look like it's all about death, it's all about living your life and hope, living every moment of your life. And I think they really just need credit for that because they help the fans out so much. There's so many kids who like MCR saved my life, or MCR saved life signs. So you can see it here, it's a great example.
What's your name?
Ellie.
And why are you here?
Because MCR are all telling her bullshit.
And what does your sign say?
I am not afraid to keep on living.
And is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Awesome. My name's Jed Shepherd from Audio Junkies. Hi. What's your signs about?
My Chemical Romance, obviously.
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 It's true. They're evil.
Emo.
Emo.
Oh, they
Not emo.
and why are you not emo?
Because we are goth.
Goth. What's the difference between goth and emo?
Are not emo.
What are they?
They are not emo. They are rock alternative, whatever they want to be. Not labelled.
Awesome. And what does your sign say?
I'm not afraid to keep on living.
I've heard that a lot today.
Yes, it's in the song. We are not emo because we are not emo.
What does your sign say? MCR saves lives.
Yeah, I was going to use it in case Gerard Way came. But he wasn't in America.
Awesome.
Obviously not.
What are your names, girls?
Molly.
Molly?
Cinder. Paper.
Paper?
Colette.
Colette. Okay, thank you very much. Cheers.